Hey everyone, this is Certified High Performance Coach Michelle Weimer here with your Facebook Live today. I want to thank you for joining me and welcome to April. I'm finding it hard to believe that it's already April, like I would imagine many of you are, but yesterday being April Fool's Day, my topic was really all about playing the fool. And, sometimes we can be fooled by believing something that isn't true or not believing what is true. And so I'm going to talk a little bit more deeply about that today because, when we think about being lied to, we usually think about someone else doing it to us. But the reality is that it's highly likely you lie to yourself more than anybody else lies to you. Seriously, think about this, right? How many times have you said, oh, I'll do it later, but you never do it? Or, yeah, I'll start tomorrow, but then you never start. Think about those New Year's resolutions maybe that you were gung-ho, that you were gonna commit to and you were gonna stick with and you were gonna start at the beginning of the year. How are they going now? Did you just lie to yourself? Or, not only these things that you're going to start, but maybe you start a project somewhere along the line and you're like, oh, I'll finish it later or I'll finish it tomorrow. And you never finish. If you're one of those people that has a hard time finishing, yeah, you're lying to yourself every time you say you're going to and you don't do it. And you know what? If you had a friend or a loved one that lied to you all the time, would you trust them? If you had a friend that lied to you all the time, I would say they're probably not a very good friend. But yet you lie to yourself all the time. And, probably some of the more common lies are saying things like, I don't have time. How many times have you said, oh, I'd love to do X, Y, or Z, but I just don't have time? Well, the truth is, you don't make whatever that thing is a priority. You don't make time for it. Now, I'm not saying you're not busy, but sometimes we are busy being busy and we're not really doing things that are going to move the needle in our life, like the things that are really going to propel us forward into creating the kind of life that we want. We're just keeping busy. So when you say you don't have the time, are you really telling the truth? Or is it that you're not making the time, or you're not making that thing a priority so that you can create the time for it? A lot of times we say, I don't care. Oh, I don't care. I don't care what other people think. But if you're not stepping forward in your life, if you're not being confident and bold in everything you do, then somewhere inside you do care. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm saying you might be letting the fear keep you from taking that action forward. So when you say, I don't care what they think, I don't care what other people think, but then you don't take action on a dream that you have, check in with yourself. Maybe you're lying. Maybe you do care, and maybe you need to handle that fear or that situation in a different way. The biggest lie that we tell ourselves, though, that really holds us back is that lie of I'm not good enough. And honestly, a lot of these lies that I'm talking about today, that underlying lie is a belief that we're not good enough. Remember I said at the beginning, sometimes our foolishness is either we believe what is a lie or we don't believe what is the truth. And if you're saying I'm not good enough, you're not only telling yourself a lie, but you're not believing the truth. And the truth is you have everything you need within you to create and fulfill the kind of life you want. If you're willing to work hard, if you're willing to go for it, if you're willing to have the discipline that people who are high performers in the world have. Those people who are the highest performers, it's not necessarily that they're better or they're smarter or they're anything else. They are dedicated and they're committed. So think about that when those lies come up that you tell yourself, and see, am I really lying to myself or am I not believing what's true? And that is, you have everything that you need within you to create that life that you want. And yay for you. You are good enough, Kelly. So what I want to do is help you today with how do you overcome that pattern of lying. Let's face it, it becomes a habit, right? We start to lie to ourselves about, again, those little lies like, oh, I'll do it later, and then later never comes, or that I'm not good enough stuff, or, oh, I don't have time, but you're not making whatever that thing is that you're saying you want to do a true priority. So first step, you actually have to admit it that you've been lying to yourself. Think about those times and really pay attention. I want to challenge you all to start to pay attention to the languaging that you're using, because that language is your deep belief, and what you believe becomes reality. So start to pay attention to when you're lying to yourself and admit it. Like, hey, I've been lying to myself. I know that. I know that every time I say this, I'm lying to myself. I know every time I say, oh, I'm going to start that project tomorrow, I'm going to start eating healthy tomorrow, or I'm going to start exercising tomorrow, or whatever it is that you're saying. Like, if you're not doing it, then admit you've been lying to yourself. And then confront it. Really confront that lie and dig for the deeper truth. What's the real truth of the matter that you're not believing? Again, maybe that truth is, I don't believe I can do it. I don't believe that if I do all this work that I'm going to get the outcome I want. Or I don't believe that I am worth the time it takes to give myself some self-care. Or whatever that deep truth is for you, like, check in with that. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry that you're crying, but you know what? I hope this is what you needed to hear today. So thank you for being here. The next piece of that is commit to the truth. Okay? Once you know what the truth is, you got to commit to it. You got to commit to being honest with yourself. And this is challenging. This is why we end up lying to ourselves half the time anyway, right? Because committing to the truth, it takes it takes a trust about within ourselves and our abilities. It takes courage. It takes confidence. So committing to the truth, to being honest with yourself on the regular, this is a huge piece, because once you commit to the truth, then you can start to take action towards change, take real action. So let me give you an example. I always say when I'm working with clients, like, if you're working towards the wrong thing, then you're going to get the wrong result. So if you have, let's say you have allergies and you're taking penicillin, your symptoms might appear to be the same on the surface, but if you're not getting to what's really going on with you, then you can take an antibiotic, you can take penicillin, and you're still going to feel crappy. You're still going to have those allergies flaring up, or vice versa, whatever. So once you commit to the truth, then take action towards creating the change that you really want, and take real action. It's real action based on what's truth now, what's really going on for you, so that when those little things come up like, oh, I don't have time, check it and go, okay, what could I move around so that I can create the time? If this project is really important to me, if this thing that I want to do is really important to me, or if you say, like, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. Bob at work's a real pain in the ass, and he's really a jerk to me, and I ought to tell him off, but I'll do it later. Check yourself, because maybe you're afraid to stand up for yourself, and maybe it's time to change that. And that's when you take action towards change. That's when you take the real action. That's when you go, you know what? I don't deserve that. I'm worth more. I value myself, and I'm ready to stand up for myself. And then the last piece, because, hey, sometimes taking that real action is scary, is get support. Ask for help. You don't have to go it alone. A lot of times the reason why people don't achieve their goals is because they think they have to do it all by themselves. And you know what? You do not have to do it all by yourself. There's always people around to help you. And if you're not sure of who those people are, I encourage you to join my Tough Chicks group here on Facebook. It's a great supportive community. Contact me. You can always sign up for a free session michelleweimer.com/free session. You know, I offer that to you guys every week, and I would love to speak with you. I would love to help you create a strategy. That's a whole strategy session, and it is not a fluff session. It's like an hour to an hour and a half long, and we really dig in. But ask for help, and you know, get your friends involved, get your family involved, people that you trust. And again, you know, if you don't know of anybody, then hire a coach. Like, let's do this. Let's get you creating change in your life. Let's get you creating the life you desire, because you know what? You're worth it. It's worth it for you to live your best life and to be your best true you, not just some person that's going through the motions. So I want to thank you for joining me today. And Kelly, thank you so much again for being here. You are worth it. And for everyone else, again, this is Certified High Performance Coach Michelle Weimer. And until next time, goodbye for now.